Alright, so you guys wanted old Mario plushes. And I think what I'm going to try to do is show you every Super Mario World plush that I have. It'll take a little while, so strap in. The first set I want to show you, we're going to go in order of rarity, hopefully. It doesn't mean that some items in some sets might be rarer than other items in some sets, but I'm going to pair them all together in sets. Group them all together in sets. So here are the Banpresto Mario figures. And I wanted to show you two of these because there are quite a few discrepancies between just the Marios in this set. You can see the difference between the eye placement, the mustache placement. I mean, it almost looks like two different plushes as we see them right here. But you can kind of tell they're the same. Both of these say 1991. This one has a Mario face on it and on his tag, and this one does not. So that's just a weird thing. Both of them have, and it's going to be really tough to show, this little official Nintendo sticker. A lot of old merchandise and even some new merchandise has this little sticker, and it's not like it would be hard to counterfeit it, but I just don't see it on counterfeits. I don't know how a little sticker works, but somehow it works. So you can see even like the feet and everything are a little different, and like the dimples in the hat in the back, and just some of the cushioning like the feet. So it's a little weird. And then this one is doubly weird. I'm pretty sure this is a counterfeit. You can see the tag has like nothing on it. I got this as a plush that was washed out, and I can see that it says made in China on there. You wouldn't be able to pick it up on the video. And some Japanese, but I don't see like a Banpresto logo. But look at the discrepancies here. Like the M, a little bit different. The feet, you can see two distinct feet, which is way different. The hair in the back, a little different. The mustache is a different shape. You can tell what they were going for, but I'm pretty sure this one's counterfeit. But I just keep them around because, I mean, they're pretty close. And it's one of those weird things. So moving on, some of these Banpresto plushes say 1991 and some of them say 1992. Right before I was starting this video, I noticed that, and I had no idea that. I wouldn't say there's two different sets. Maybe there was a re-release or something, but they're all pretty much the same, because like this Mario plush is like the Luigi in this set is a little bit different than the Mario because he's like in a sitting position. You can tell it's Luigi. The chin's different and a few other details, and then the other Mario is a caped Mario in a flying position, and he has like different feet and his head's positioned differently, and but the face is pretty much the same. Let me show you that again. Pretty close. There's also a Yoshi, and this has plastic eyes. We've seen plastic eyes so far. And this is back in the era where he had a shell that looked kind of like a saddle, so there was some discrepancy there. Banpresto is 1992. Luigi was 1992 as well. And Caped Mario is 1992. Moving along, we have the Goomba, also known as a Galoomba, and this one has the face of the Goomba on the tush tag, and he's 1991. So that's another weird aspect. I love this plush though, it's a very good representation. I know he's also called a Galoomba in some of the Mario and Luigi games, and the feet are kind of the same. I want to show a comparison of him a little bit later. Here's a Koopa Paratroopa, the green variety. And again, plastic eyes. Big old plastic eyes on the Galumba. And just a really nice Koopa Troopa plush. I love this one. I like the chibi style of this whole set. Moving on, and a little bit more rare, we have a Monty Mole, and this is actually, I think, a Mega Mole because of the sunglasses. He's got like the big hair, and he is a 1992. The Koopa Troopa was 1992, and the Galumba was 1991. I like the whiskers on this one. Little claws. The only real way, like Mega Moles, I don't remember if they pop out like this. I remember them being a lot bigger. Okay, I don't know which one's more rare here, so I'm just gonna pick one. This is a Bonsai Bill. Love this plush. He is more rare than the other ones. And only one side has this little shine on it, you can see. Near the eye. This guy says 1991. So, I don't know. Did I see that what the Monty Mole was? Monty Mole was 92, and you can barely see he has a little Mega Mole picture. That's craziness. This Bowser is 1992. Love this Bowser. And he has a hard shell, but felt eyes. Go figure. But the plastic shell on this is not like the Koopaling shells. It's very hard plastic. If I had done this with the other Koopaling plushes, I probably would have broken a Koopaling plush because they're just so cheap. Very nice detail on this. Barely has a tail, but very nice shape and everything. Okay, so that was, I believe, all of the Banpresto first set plushes. So I'm going to move on to the Victa Kai plushes. And these, we've seen some of these before. This is the Caped Mario, and he has like a fuzzy face, fuzzy hair and everything. Tush tag is always this little thin tush tag there. And there's a Yoshi in this set, again with the saddle. Saddle looking shell. Tush tags there. There's no year on this, but they do have that little sticker again. And plastic eyes. Okay. The Galumba, or Goomba in this one. I've seen a lot of different versions of these in that the eyes are always a little bit offset. Like someone glued each one by hand. And the Victa Kai plushes are just a little bit goofy looking. This Galumba is especially goofy, like the weird mouth. Alright, and we have a Monty Mole. This one does not have the sunglasses, so he's just a Monty Mole. Again with the whiskers, nice face, tush tag on the bottom there. And then we have a Boo. And same thing goes with the Boos on these. Ooh, got some hair on it somewhere. These tend to have like offset eyes. Sometimes the teeth are a little bit off. The mouth is a little janky. Like this one looks like a kind of smirk. But there's the Boo, and he has a nice little tag right there. Okay, so that all was seen in my Victa Kai box set. So we'd always seen those. Obviously these plushes were available outside of the box as well. It's much more rare to see them in the box. But we've already done a video on that, so I'm not going to discuss those any further. Continuing with the Victa Kai set, we have a Rip Van Fish. There's this tush tag. Sometimes it's a little tough to find the tush tags. He's more of a sphere, on this one, where the Taffeta plush, we'll see in a little bit, has a better shape to him. Okay. Moving down in rarities is Magikoopa. And I've seen a lot of these Magikoopas where you can remove the robe. Be wary of that. You can remove it, but in my version of the plush, I noticed that the robe is actually sewn to this little wand he has. So, it's not necessarily a complete plush if the robe can be removed, but it's not that big a deal if he has the wand. It's a little bit off model. He's got kind of a goofy smile. Just like all the Victokai plushes have a little goofy smile. His tush tag is actually on the bottom. I have to show you his butt, remove his robe and show you his butt. He's got like a, I'd almost describe that as a hump instead of a tail. And I'm pretty sure they did that on purpose because they have the character art kind of maybe has him slunched over a little bit. Nice glasses though. I like this plush. It's cool. Moving on. Another one of my favorites from Super Mario World is the Super Koopa. And he's one of the tiniest ones in the set. Plastic eyes on that one. It was felt on the Magikoopa, like they just decided. His cape is just like a little bib they put over backwards and then glued. Again with a goofy little smile. I love that he's in his flying position. This next one's weird, and it is part of this set. It's just way weird. So this is the Wiggler, and it's literally just 5 pom-poms glued together. It's a very fragile plush. They did take the time to kind of make the pattern on it. I'm not sure how they did that. Looks like they just dyed part of it or something. You can tell that it's not very uniform. It just kind of blotches. And the eyes are just like little glued on felt pieces. The nose is a brown pom-pom. Goofy smile. But the feet are all kind of cool. They're well sewn in. They're sewn in deep into the palm. And then they're just like little 2 pieces of felt sewed together. So, I mean, whoopee-doo on this one. You can see that the tag is there with the sticker. I don't like to hold them by this because I don't know if you can see that, but it looks like it's tearing away from the palm. They just glued this in, and on mine it looks like it was hung for too long or something, and it will eventually break. So I'm kind of avoiding hanging him. And this one does have all 8 of his legs. It's kind of rare to see his flower too. Flower's just there. I've seen a lot of these without a flower too. So, last one in this set, and that is Charge and Chuck. And the helmet is glued on. I'm going to try to show you that. There's a little piece of foam in there, and it's glued on to the plush. And this part moves, his little grill here. So you kind of have to place it where you want it. He's got the goofy smile. The eyes are right though. You can see the stripe and the stars are just stickers on him. And I have this part right here. I don't think that this is actually part of the plush. Maybe they had it hang in a specific UFO catcher. I just didn't remove it. And then there's a little tush tag on the bottom there. And then the shell. You really kind of rarely get to see in game. Not much else to say about this guy. He's probably the rarest one though. The Wiggler's kind of hard to find in good condition, just because it's a fragile plush. So now we're going to shift back to Banpresto. This I'm just going to throw in because it's the right era and it's similar patterns. It's the Christmas Super Mario World set. You can see the tag there has everybody on it, and the back of the tag has everybody on it. And Santa Mario, he's holding his big sack of toys, and I collect anything Santa Mario. I try to get it all, actually. I just like the idea of Mario and Christmas. It's when I always got all my Mario stuff. Here's the tush tag. It says 1993. So there you go. This one's a little bit later. You got Reindeer Luigi. Oh yeah, let's go. He's tagged too. He's got Rudolph. I wonder what suit power you'd get there. Power to see through fog and to fly. Sounds like a Mario thing. Santa, Yoshi, and a stocking. And the stocking is, I mean, just kind of generic fabric for Christmas. It says Merry Xmas and has some presents and trees and holly and bells and churches. Crazy. A candle. Yeah. And then Angel Peach is the last one. And I never liked, in the photo, kind of looks like she's holding her candle up. You can kind of tell she holds it out. And that could just be a casualty of time. Like it was up like this at one point and then it just kind of fades over time. I don't know. But there is Peach as an angel. Okay, we have to go to the other set here. Oh, real quick, I was going to do this little comparison here because I've got all this stuff out. The Goombas, like which one do you think is better? Yeah. It's kind of the big difference between the Bandai and the Victokai. Okay, so moving on, I'm going to do, we've already done a video on this one as well. So the Taffeta plush, there's the tag, and there's the set. You can see Luigi, and in the photo he has a cape on. He doesn't have it here though. 1994 on this one. And there is a, well, where did he go? Oh, there you go. Yoshi, again with kind of the saddle looking shell. Bulbous nose, the chibi style. And then we have the Rip Van Fish. And again, I've done a video on these, so kind of moving quick on these. There's the Magic Koopa, probably the best Magic Koopa plush, besides the new Sine one. Okay, let me take a quick stock. Moving on with rarity, I think we're going to do the big DX set of Banpresto plushes. We have this guy, this big Mario. We have nice thick hangers. The tag says 1996. They kind of returned to Super Mario World. That was after 5 years later. Here's Yoshi again with a kind of saddle looking thing. Super Mario World 1996, and Mario can sit on Yoshi and ride him. Woo! And then the other one in this set is the Bowser. And it looks really close to the, let me find it, really close to the 1992 Bowser, except for the shell is no longer plastic. It's now this felt and fabric shell. And the spikes are kind of like an ironed on thing. And there's the tag for the 3 in the set. Nothing real special on the tag. Except you see that sticker again. Just thrown on there. Alright, okay. Next up is... Okay, I'm going to talk about this guy. I picked this up recently, actually. I couldn't find any reason for it to be counterfeit other than it didn't have a tag, and the pictures weren't that great, so I wanted to see if he had one. I don't have any information on this plush. It's kind of a weird one, a brown hanger, felt hands, kind of palmy feet, kind of a weird looking Yoshi. I don't really have a reason to believe that he's fake. I don't really have a lot of reasons to believe he's official either. But I got him. Okay. Oh. Next set we have Sun Arrow plushes. Now I don't have this complete set. I don't know if I will. This is the small adult Yoshi. You can see the saddle there. Very fuzzy, very fluffy, very nice. Has a Sun Arrow hang tag with a tag hanging from it. You can see this right there. It says Sun Arrow, we create happiness. Very nice sturdy tag. Made in Indonesia. Felt eyes. And then you see this guy, Baby Yoshi. Really rare to see a Baby Yoshi. He's very, very fuzzy. Same tag, Sun Arrow tush tag. And he's kind of in a sitting position just like he is in the game. But he doesn't look as derpy as he does in a lot of other forms. Now, there's this Sun Arrow plush here. And he has a really small tush tag there. It says Sun Arrow on it. Made in China, no year. Huge saddle, and it's actually like plastic. And he's kind of got a floppy head. I love this big old Yoshi plush. It's probably the biggest Yoshi plush I have. He has like cardboard or plastic in his feet to hold him up. This one's a little bit dingy, but he's still awfully cute. Just a really, really well made one. And I guess there's a Sun Arrow Mario that'll fit on him that looks a lot like this Avanti plush. This is not the Sun Arrow plush, this is an Avanti plush. But looks really similar to this. It just has the right colors because the blue overalls, I think. So there's Sun Arrow Yoshi, huge. And I think Mario is sized to sit on him. And there's also this little Sun Arrow keychain plush that I picked up. And this one's made in China. It's got a nice little metal keychain, Super Mario World. Super Mario World, and then it has the Sun Arrow, but it has Japanese on the tag. So this is kind of a weird one. Most of the Sun Arrows that I know of came from Europe, but you just never know. Moving on, I think we need to get these guys. So there is a whole set of plush slippers, and they're kind of like, they look like they're kind of popping out of pipes on the feet, and these are one of the few slippers that are official. There's a Super Mario World set. There's Mario and Luigi, like Mario's the left foot and Luigi's the right foot. Set of slippers that just came out. You could probably still get them at Walmart and Target. This set came out in 1993 from Banpresto, and it's a really nice little slipper. It has little knobby doos on the bottom. You can tell it's like the Banpresto kind of look. I wanted to show you this because this has a little tag in it. So this is actually how they were retailed, or maybe they're UFO catchers. And the nose, it's like hard plastic, but has like a little bit of fuzz on it. So that was a really weird little thing going on. Also in this set is a Luigi, and I have him with that insert too, and I'm pretty sure they just showed up like this when they were UFO catcher prizes. If they were, they could be retail, I don't really know. It'd kind of make more sense for them to be retail, but that they're such a big set. They did have Peach ones too. There's Peach. And that's cool because they didn't have a Peach plush in the other set. You can see the inserts are there too. It's really rare to have those. like an official part of the plush that you don't really see. It continues. Yoshi got his slippers as well. And it's really weird that he has his arms. Like, I guess everyone else did, but Yoshi is just kind of weird to see him climbing out of his yellow pipe. The last one in the set is Bowser. And these are definitely kid-sized. I'd put it maybe at like 5 or 6 years old for those. Maybe 7, pushing it. Okay, let me take stock again. I think I should show you these next, because the other ones are really, really rare. So we're going to go in order of rareness here as well. The Color Me Mario set. Now, I've had a lot of people asking me about these Color Me Mario sets, and mine are complete in the boxes. You can kind of, the boxes are great. They have like a Mario here and a Mario on the back and Yoshi, and here's the idea behind the plush. And the idea behind the plush is you'd take this plush and you would hold on a sec, I'm gonna pull him out of there, I think. Oh, he is attached. I don't want to mess with him. I'm going to put him back in the box. So this guy's never been removed from his box. That's why he's in such great condition. So why is he white? He's white because he comes with a pack of crayons. You can see that in there. And the crayons will color the plush. So you can have a fun time coloring Mario, it says. And then when you're done, you have him take a bath. And then you hang him out to dry, and he's ready to go again. How cool is that? I think, yes, I can take it. Ooh. Well, that's weird. I don't know why they would do that. Especially since they just kind of fall out of there. Someone taped the box on my Yoshi. So you have the Yoshi. You see it taped, but he fell out, so we can look at it. Whoa. So here's Yoshi, and he has plastic eyes, he has his black mouth and his red spikes, but they have this extra piece of fabric in here. You can see you can color his saddle, and everything else is colorable. And here are the crayons, and they look the same everywhere, and these look unused. Oh gosh. Okay, so you get, for Yoshi, and I think probably all of them, you get black, orange, red, blue, and green. I think they should have given you no black and 2 green, because you're going to need a lot of green to color Yoshi. Right? Yeah, so this box isn't as good. It's missing the plastic part. It kind of falls out there, but pretty good for how old it is. You can see the sticker. We'll talk about that sticker some more. Made in Korea. I do not see a date. Let's see if it's on the plush itself. I don't see a company either. Come to think of it, there's no tush tag on these. That's bonkers. Oh, well, Alps. Alps, it says. It has a telephone number. Probably defunct. The last one in the set is Peach. My box is a little sun faded. Some people ask me what sun faded means. That means that, let's say it was left in a storefront window for a long time and the sun hits it, and the sun can actually diminish the colors. So on this one you can tell that versus like the Mario, on like the blue side, you see the difference in the color. So it's just a little faded. It's supposed to be like a really bright pink box. I do like the art So you have Yoshi and Yoshi taking a bath, and Yoshi hung out to dry, and Yoshi's clean again. You have the same for Peach. So we have Peach is getting drawn on, Peach is taking a bath, Peach is being hung out to dry, and then there you go. Favorite characters hung out to dry. This one... never removed from box either. But, oh, that's a cool feature. You can see her plastic crown. That's kind of rare. And she has plastic eyes, plastic brooch. I can't really... I'd like to get a look at those crayons to see if I was right about them being... Looks like you get a pink one. It's really tough to tell, though. Alright, so those are the Color Me Mario plushes from Alps. We have 1, 2, 3 sets to go. So, back to Banpresto. Look familiar? It's just like a smaller version of our Mario friends, or the keychain plushes. And so you have the front of the tag that has Peach and Mario and Yoshi and Bowser. Super Mario World, and then you can see the entire set. This set has always bothered me for 2 reasons. This is a 1996 set. And what bothers me about one is I don't have Luigi. Never been able to find Luigi, which is a problem. The other problem with this set is Toad, and I'll show you that in a minute. Here's Yoshi. Looks very, very similar to the... Let me dig him back out. Where are you, Yoshi? Very similar to Banpresto Yoshi from 1992. Which is just fine. No plastic eyes though. This is all felt. Saddle shell. Okay, there's Peach. I've seen her missing her brooch a lot. Her crown does have one detail on the front. Just a really cute Peach plush. This one's really rare. Actually, Peach is hard to find. Okay. Let me get the rest of them here. Okay, so Toad. Toad is shown on the tag holding a turnip, and I loved that. Even though it's inaccurate, because there are no turnips in Super Mario World. I don't know if you can see that on Toad. He's holding a turnip there. And I always wanted to find one with the turnip, and I think they removed it. Which would make sense because it's Super Mario World, not Super Mario... I guess it would be Super Mario USA over in Japan. Super Mario Brothers 2 here. 1996. Standard keychain. Very cute Toad. And let's see, speaking of cute, there's another Koopa Paratroopa. Different than the one we had before. Very good pattern here. Looks a lot like the character. I love the nose. The wings, the shell. He's the whole package. Gonna put Boo up next. There you go, Boo! Another great Bowser with that same look. This one has the funky hair. And the shell gets weirder every time we see him, doesn't it? And the spikes are just like little fabric pieces with ironed on stuff. And then this is a way better Wiggler plush. Mine is missing his flower. Always bothered me. 8 legs, got the spots in the right spots. My tag's a little faded too. I'd like to find one with a flower someday because it's not just a felt piece. As far as I know, at least on the tag, it looks a little more involved. Let's see that maybe. Okay, so that is that. That's it. Stretch out a little bit. We have 3 sets to go here. And it's just going to get super, super crazy rare from here on out. Okay, so this is the bubble set, and we've never really found a better way to name this set. These are from Galson. You can see that really tiny name right there. They're just plush keychain plushes. And they come in these really awesome blister packs, blister bubbles. And there's a little bit of tape here, but you can pop them out. Ugh. I don't want to destroy it, but it's just held together with like cardboard and plastic. So you can kind of pop it out there. And then they're hung with a twisty tie. But really I wouldn't consider this complete unless it had the packaging, you know. In fact, and I joke about this all the time, because I know that this plush is only seen like this when I see it. If I was to see this outside of the bubble, I probably wouldn't even be able to identify it. Right now I would, because I've seen it recently, but it's a really weird. Without the bubble, it just doesn't make sense. I don't know if that makes sense to anybody else but me, but the eyes on these are absolutely fantastic. The detail and everything, it's better than, it's like printed on. It's better than a sticker. Not really sure what it is, how they do that. It's magic. Here's Luigi in this set. And he looks like he does in Mario and Wario, actually. It looks a lot like the Mario and Wario Luigi plush. The funny part about these Galson plushes is you can see the stitching. Very rarely will you be able to see the stitching like that on any other plush really that I have, and that's just because they used white thread. Most of the time they match the color of the fabric they're using, but they didn't do that here with these. There's that. We have a Yoshi plush. Very, very nice Yoshi. I love the eyes on this one too. I don't know who chose what color was what. Mario and Luigi was yellow. Yoshi's blue. And we have Peach. This is such a rare Peach plush. She's kind of sitting. She has a nice little pose here. And of course she has a pink blister just to really hammer it home. And then my favorite one in the set is the Super Koopa. And he has a red cape. There was a distinguishing factor between those. Like there was a Super Koopa and then there was like a flashing one that could always fly. If I remember right. And then if you hit him, he'd give you a feather or something like that. Okay. This is the... Okay, so the second to last set. I'm not going to get this out of the bag. I've done a video on these already. These incredibly rare, incredibly fragile mess of figures, little plushes here that were like blister or capsule cell straps or something. I don't know what they were. Not cell straps, just strap plushes from 1993 Bandai. And you can see there's just missing pieces. I have to go back and glue them all together again because they're just a mess. But and Bowser with his plastic shell again. Like I said, I've done a video of those. That's the second to last rarest set. But I don't think I've ever shown this set off. This set here is incredibly rare. And these are how they were distributed. It's such a weird item. These are from Vic Takai. And they're just little clinger plushes. I don't know if I've ever taken these out of the plastic cases. And I wrestled with buying these. And you can just take this little... This looks like garbage. Like, I don't know why they made them look like that. This doesn't say Mario to me. Sure, it's brick, but whatever. And it's a really weird face. So when I went to go buy these, I was super hesitant. Look at those overall buttons. And the the eyebrow is like just hanging on by nothingness here. It's just like clung by static electricity. He looks a little worried. He's like, oh, don't take me out of my plastic. I'm going to die. So yeah, all they do is they cling together, and they're really strong. So, I mean, there's a metal clip in there that keeps them doing their thing. And there's like no other packaging. This is it. You'd think there'd be something, some kind of sticker on there or something. So it took me a while to buy these because I'm like, they're fake. But once I saw that one seller put the tush tag up, and the tush tag right there, it does say Vic Takai. There's no year on it, ever. But what an odd set. And it is such a fun set to show off. Here's the Yoshi one. And this one's actually still taped with what looks like the original tape because it's yellowing. So there's Yoshi, the Vic Takai plush clinger. And for some reason there's a Monty Mole in this set, and he looks really weird. And I really want to open this up. I've never taken him out before because I've always wondered something. What better way to find out? And remove the brick. Oh, look at that. His head does swivel. It does not look like, well, maybe Yoshi would do the same. Let me see if I can. So that's the Monty Mole. He has no whiskers. He doesn't really look on pattern, really. Oh boy, I don't know. I really want to open him and find out, but I'd wreck the tape. It looks like he could swivel. You see his spikes don't match up, so I bet he swivels too, which probably means Mario swivels too. I didn't check. Oof, that's... Okay, let me show you what's going on here. He kind of swivels, but I don't know if he's meant to. Because it's really, it doesn't move like the Monty Mole. 2 more to go in this set. And this one's funny because, let me get the other one here. Oh, where'd you go? I wanted to show you a quick comparison. I just have a jumbled mess. Here we go. Okay, I can open this one. There's the... Oh, maybe not. Oh, there's still tape here. Okay, this is the Super Koopa, obviously. And it's very similar to the Super Koopa from Vic Takai earlier. Very, very similar. But you can tell, I mean, this one does not have the clingy, but it's basically the exact same plush with just added clinginess. Very, very, very close. The head shape and the way it's facing is a little bit different. Last one, and I love this one because there is no other eerie merchandise. I'm going to go ahead and take him out because he is fantastic. Do you remember Eries? Found in ghost houses only. Some players may not have ever seen them, but they kind of look like dead Yoshis. And they just kind of float along and go through everything in their path. And he does swivel, which I did not know before doing this video. But thanks to Monty Mole, we now know that they swivel. So that is an incredibly rare plush right there. Like, this is getting into the... Well, I don't know if I could put a price tag on these guys. The Erie alone could be around $400, just to give you an idea. Because I've never seen him. Like, I saw him the one time, I bought the whole set at once, And again, I was like really hesitant to do so because of the just the weird look. And even when I saw Vic Takai, I was like, well, the patterns are so much different. Until I saw the Super Koopa, I wasn't entirely sold because the Mario looks way off and the Monty Mole looks way off. And they've made both of those characters already. And the Yoshi looks, the Yoshi looks pretty good. But there you have it. That's all of my Super Mario World plushes. I really hope you enjoyed the video. Looks like we're about 45 minutes of Super Mario World plushes. But thank you very much. If you've watched the whole thing, thank you very much for watching this really extended, long, super crazy long video. Thanks and bye.